What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about how to cut down a brand new hair system that you get in the mail. When you first get them in the mail, they often look like this, and they may be way too big for you to wear. How do you get them to match your template? This video is going to show you step by step how I do it. Remember guys, this video is sponsored by LaVivid Hair. LaVivid Hair makes a great product. They do great work. They have good customer service with 2 different phone lines and an email address. They'll get back to you in 24 hours. I'm currently wearing the Cruise model right now, which is 130% density, so it is a little bit thicker, which means that I can get a little bit more longevity out of the unit itself. Go ahead, check out what they've got in stock. Use my code JAKE15 to get 15% off any order, any size, and come back into this video and I'm gonna teach you something real quick. Let's go. All right guys, you know how this journey starts. Let's get this unit off. So as you can see, got hair growing out on the sides, a little bit longer. So we are gonna go with a interesting hairstyle today. All right guys, so now what I'm about to do is I'm about to make a template so that way I can take the shape of the current hair system that I have and apply it to my new hair system. All I actually use is these things right here. They come with almost every single hair system. Every single hair system I've gotten has come with one of these. They're basically a backing to keep the shape, but they can be used a special way in order to make a template, which people don't really talk about or seem to think about. So I'm actually about to make that and I'll show it to you. All right guys, so as you can see, I've actually marked this up with the template of my unit. What I'm about to do now is cut this up so that way it is the shape of my template. There we go. We now have a template of my scalp of what I'm going to be using for my new hair system. So now we're going to take this. We're going to take this new system and we are going to actually cut it to shape. Remember though guys, the first thing that you really got to do is you got to take this little lip off of the front of the hair system that you have, because there's no hair there. So this is just something to remove that extra little flap that's there in production, and then you can cut it. Okay, so now we can see that this unit has actually been attached to a mannequin. I've put some bobby pins inside of this so that way there's no movement, and we can see that there is a clear distinction of what we're going to cut along this entire unit. Right now you're looking at the very back of the unit. You can see this tab, you can see the identification number of the unit. This right here facing me is the front of the unit, and what we're going to do is we're going to start following and tracing the unit. Now there's 2 ways that you can kind of do this. The way I'm going to show you, and the other way is to actually mark the unit from below and then cut with scissors from the top to specifically make sure that you're not actually removing some of the hair in what you're trying to keep. But what I find is by using a razor, like what I'm doing right now, and being very, very gentle as we're cutting, you actually don't wind up losing any of the hair underneath, of the unit that you're trying to keep. Basically what I'm trying to say is you don't cut the hair short on the unit, and therefore this is just a faster, easier way to do it. But both of these work, so I'm going to do this and try to demonstrate how I do this. So I'm basically going to try to trace the outline of the unit, and it should feel like a gentle tearing of the plastic. As you can see, this is starting to give way right here, and I'm barely putting any pressure whatsoever onto this unit right here. As you can see, this is starting to give way. Now this right here, I will admit, is probably a little less precise than the other way, which I told you, you flip it around and then you cut it from the top, because there is a chance that your razor cuts through and actually winds up removing some of the hair that you wanted. But I find that it's not, in this case, I am trying to move fast. I'm trying to move fast because I actually have an appointment to put on this brand new unit and I'm running behind. So therefore, we're doing what we have to do. But as you can see right here, I don't know if you can see it, it's actually not cutting much of the hair right at the side of the unit. So we are good to go. And then once you get this started, it becomes much easier to manage, because you can kind of pull and create tension on this right here. And when there's tension, it rips so easy. Not rips, but pulls apart so easy, if you will. And the reason I think this is easier is because when you do it from the top, you have to separate the hair as you go along to make sure that you're not cutting any of it from the top. But if you do it very precisely and gently from the bottom, you're automatically guaranteed to not lose the wrong hairs. The only tricky thing that you have to make sure that you're managing is you're not cutting too deep with the razor. Like, you're not pushing too far into it, because what happens is if you're too aggressive and you plunge the razor through, you'll obviously start cutting some of the hairs, which is very easy to do. So this requires a gentle touch to make sure that you are only cutting the polyurethane. So as you can see, I'm still pulling. And I'm barely putting any pressure on the actual razor right now specifically. Like, a lot of times I'm kind of doubling back, you might see, and recutting the same thing because I haven't cut through it, because I'm being so light on it. Here we go. On the last side. So as you can see, it's really kind of coming apart now. It's pretty easy as long as we just keep on the tension of this unit. And we're just about there. We have literally just a couple inches, less than an inch, half an inch now. I should have placed this bobby pin somewhere else because it's kind of messing up my jam a little bit. Boom. All right, there we go. We have removed almost everything minus this last little piece right here. I'm actually going to take this bobby pin out, and voila, here we go. Okay, we are taking the bobby pins out right now. Let's see what we got. So we got our template, and now we have our unit. Boom, there we go. All right, guys, so it's really as easy as 1, 2, 3 as we just walked through today. We now have the front of our unit, the sides of our unit, the back of our unit, and I actually just showed you a brand new way to make a template, which I don't think anybody has ever done that before. But now I'm just gonna get on to taping this, put it on my head, and I'm gonna get my hair cut. But remember, guys, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell below to stay notified of everything that is going on this channel, tips, tricks, all that kind of fun stuff. Every single time you do one of those actions, it pushes it further out on YouTube and make sure more people get this message. We will talk soon.